Cześć, z tej strony Bielska Sowa. A dzisiaj powrócimy do tego powrócimy. Aha, nie działa. Może to będzie w Roblox Wiki? Nie to.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another scripting tutorial, and today I will be teaching you how to make a sprint script. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is to insert a local script into starter character scripts.
Okay. Character script. Local script.
Then you want to type in the following code. So first you want to get the user input service, so local user input service equals game get service user input service. Then you want to get the local player. Local player equals game.players.local player.
Dobra, muszę iść na chwilę. Plus też jak mówiłem, że chciałbym zrobić właśnie takiego hero shootera. Kiedyś. Miał się on najpierw nazywać Flagi dla Polaków, ale później stwierdziłem, że lepiej jakby się nazywało polskie CTF.
Then you want to get the character.
No to w sumie ten...
Character.
Po prostu chciałbym takie coś zrobić.
Now you can do player.character or player.character added weight. Then you also want to get the humanoid.
Aha.
So you do character, wait for child, humanoid.
Zgadza się.
Then you want to access an event from the user input service. You want input began, so user input service. Dot input began at function input game process Then you want to check the key code. So input dot key code. Equals enum.keycode. Now since we're doing it so that you want it to shift to run, you do dot left shift. Then you want to increase the walk speed when they press the shift button. So humanoid.walk speed equals, let's say 30. And then the last thing we want to do is to make them stop sprinting when they let go of the shift button. So user input service dot input ended. Connect. Function. Input. Game process. So when the input ends, you want to set their walk speed.
Okay. Okej, dalej nic.
Now the default walk speed is 16, so we'll set it to that.
Aha. Też wyłączyłem.
And that's the full code. Let's test it. So I'm not pressing the shift button, so we're walking at regular speed. But let's see what happens once I press it. As you can see, I'm way faster than before. Now when I let go of the shift button, I should slow down again. So letting go in 3, 2, 1.
Animations, animations, animations! Get ready to upgrade your characters in Roblox Studio with some sick moves. I'm going to show you how to change the classic animations into ones that you create yourself. It's time to bring some life to your game and make it stand out from the rest. Let's do this. Script service right here. So I'm just going to click on the plus icon next to that and then insert a script. So now we have our script inside of here. I'm going to click on this and then down in properties, you can go down to the name and select this and change it to change animations. Something simple like that. You can name the script to whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it like that in case you have several scripts in server script service already. So to start, let's go ahead and get a variable for our players. Let's say local players equal to game get service players. So let me drop a line here and let's go.
Był w ogóle ktoś na moim live'ie? Był w ogóle ktoś na moim live'ie? Był w ogóle ktoś na moim live'ie? Widzicie? Farma kontentu. To się farma kontentu nazywa. A nie, ja nie jestem hamem.
Go ahead and say local functions.
O czym to ja?
So we're going to create a new local function, and this is going to be called on character added. So we're gonna basically run this function whenever a character joins the game and actually loads and all that. So this is going to take the parameter of character, just lowercase like that. Now we say local humanoid. This will be equal to character, wait for child. You may have to write it all out for that, and then wait for child humanoid with a capital H. It's very important that you do that, and the humanoid, basically every player has a character.
Nie no, to AI czy coś tam mi to wszystko wypełnia.
And inside of that character, there's a humanoid. That's the thing that actually determines what the player's health is. It lets them be animated. It basically does everything for the player. And every player has one. Every monster and rig that you have needs one. So let's go ahead and find our player's animate script. So as you can see that if I went and played the game, so when I go ahead and play the game right now and then go over to workspace, open up Rusty Silly Band, and then go down to animate, you can see that Roblox already has a script inside of the player that automatically puts there where we get to mess with all its animations. So as you can see, there are a lot of animations inside of here. And if you open one of these up, you can see that they have a little animation inside of it that has a name. So we're basically going to be messing around with a lot of these. So you can close the animate script if you want to. You can copy this with Control and C, or you can right click and press on copy.
Okej. O, mogę siebie zakotwiczyć.
And then if you stop the game, you can go into the workspace, right click and click on paste into. So now you have the animate local script and you can see all the animations that you can change. Anyways, back inside of our change animation script, let's go ahead and get that animation script. So we're going to say local animate script. And this This will be equal to character, wait for child, and then we're going to say animate, because that's the name of the actual local script that gets put into the player. So now we have our local animate script. We can end this function for now until we have our animations.
Ogólnie animacje gracza w tej grze będą inspirować. Ten resource pack nawet pozwala tobie dać ruchome oczy, tak więc polecam, ponieważ on wygląda dobrze i z włączonym Fresh Animations i bez.
So down here we need to create a new local function, and this will be called onPlayerAdded. So we can do this, and it's important to know that the parentheses need to be here because that tells whether it's a function or not. And we can also put parameters in there. In these parameters we're going to put player. So inside of here we can click on player.character. It's very important to use a capital C if it doesn't automatically fill it in for you. And then we're going to do appearance loaded.
Okej, dobrze napisałem.
And so now we have the character's appearance being loaded into the game. We're checking to make sure that happens. We're going to connect a function to that. So basically whenever the player joins in the game, their character will need to load. So we're waiting for their character to load, and then we're going to connect our onCharacter added. So our local function that was up there, you just do this. And that'll connect this function right up here to here. So whenever a player will join the game, as I said before, as soon as their character loads, it'll connect our function up here that will get their animate script, and that's where we're going to actually be creating the animations. And one thing I realized is that we don't actually need this function here. So now that we have all of our other local functions set up, we're going to basically call the first function that will call the next function. So let's go ahead and say players player added, and then we're going to connect our onPlayer. So we have our script here. It's very basic, it's pretty simple, and now we need to fill it up. So let's go ahead and make our animations here. We can X out of the script. So now in order to make your own animations, you're going to be going to the avatar tab up here on the top, and then going over to the rig builder right here. Now when you click on this, a little window will pop up, and you can either select R15 or R.
To mam już swoją animację.
R6. I believe this will work with either. So inside of the block rig, if you would like to click on that, you can. And this will insert a brand new dummy into your workspace. And if you'd like to go ahead and animate him, you can click on this little animation editor up here, still inside the avatar tab. So now that we have the animation editor open, we can go directly.
To jest.
And we can click on this and Roblox will ask you to name your animation. I'm going going to name this just to test tutorial, because that's what I'm doing. And here you'll have all your keyframes. You can watch my video on how to animate right here in the top right to learn more about that. So I just got done making my
Nie widać żadnych animacji.
animations here. This is just a simple run animation, as you can see. What you want to do with the run animation specifically is you want to make sure that looping is turned on.